Teddy Atlas came out grasping for straws, defending Tyson Fury glove accusations without making any logical sense. He tried his best. It was the old classic maneuvering, deflecting Teddy Atlas. However, I must admit, it was very painful to watch and listen to Teddy Atlas make a fool of himself, trying to defend Tyson Fury, having no leg to stand on. And whoever put Teddy Atlas in that situation and in that position where he left him so vulnerable for all type of counters should be charged for sacrificing Teddy Atlas as a shield. And he put him right at the headshot location. It wasn't a leg shot, it was a headshot, because he left him vulnerable for all type of counters. All of these sacrifices just for one purpose: to protect Tyson Fury, since he got the complexion for the protection, having no mercy, even sacrificing a 70-year-old man. Poor Teddy. Old media is more desperate than ever, but they should be ashamed of themselves for panicking as if this is an epidemic, treating it like it's coronavirus itself. Regardless of them panicking, trying to cover up for Tyson Fury, they should bring out Max Kellerman to the forefront. Let's see Max dance with the stars. And when we turn the music up to the max, aka the facts to the max, let's see how well Max Kellerman is going to perform. Is he going to fall on his face or his ass? Excuse my language, because there's only two ways it's going to go. However, they use Teddy Atlas, the 70-year-old man, as a bait, leaving him open for all type of counters. Meanwhile, old media and Max Kellerman rather plead a fifth and grab a six-pack, sit back and lay back, watching Teddy Atlas commit suicide by burning himself. And usually, where there is smoke, there's fire. And this story grew faster than the coronavirus, and old media could no longer contain it, thanks to new media. This ain't 1920, this is 2020. So whatever you say is recorded on camera, and new media could always respond with facts like we always do. So if you choose to hide from the truth in order to hear a lie, to each your own. However, you could hide from the truth, but you can never hide the truth, because the truth will always find its way out. And Akhi rather tell you the truth, even if it makes you cry, than tell you a lie in order to put a smile on your face. And the truth sometimes hurt. So Teddy Atlas came out stating, even if these allegations are true, in some way, somehow, Tyson Fury got away with it. Even if that's the case, it wouldn't benefit him that much versus Deontay Wilder. So just to warm up by knocking out these silly claims by Teddy Atlas, first of all, the whole purpose of these boxing rules is to even out the playing field between both fighters. So every single fighter have to fight and oblige by these rules to make it an even fight. And it's the art of boxing. So that's the reason why you can't kick, you can't box without any gloves. There's rules and regulations and reasons behind them. So for Teddy Atlas to say, well, if he's smart enough and slick enough to get away with it, to each your own. Well, Teddy Atlas, sadly, it don't work that way. For the obvious reasons, you have to follow the Marquis of Queensberry boxing rules. And for the people that's not informed, that's the guidelines for the boxing rules. So if you don't follow these rules and these guidelines, you no longer participating in boxing. So if Conor McGregor broke the rules and didn't follow these rules, then he could have beat Floyd Money Mayweather. And I'm not even talking about the simple rules such as don't hit below the belt or no hitting behind the head, which obviously Tyson Fury broke that rule. However, we talking about the ultimate cheating method, where Tyson Fury broke the ultimate rule, allegedly, such as putting your fist where the palm of the hand is supposed to be located in the glove, hitting Deontay Wilder with straight knuckle. And for a heavyweight to hit his opponent on a bone-to-bone contact with straight knuckle, it don't take that hard of a punch. in order to hurt the opponent. And Teddy Atlas should know that. And you know what else Teddy should know? When a fighter wraps his hand, it's not as easy to break your wrist or your knuckle because you have hand wraps. That's the whole purpose of hand wraps. So this is not a laughing matter. This is a combat sport where you could easily kill your opponent. Tomorrow is not promised, and we see all these fighters with brain damage. So you could either harm your opponent health or kill them in the ring. And you telling me hitting your opponent with straight knuckle is a-okay? And as Teddy put it, it won't be that beneficial. How you know, Teddy? Have you tried it before? If not, then why justify a form of cheating? Keep in mind, Steve Cunningham, a guy that fought Tyson Fury, came out and confirmed these accusations. I'm going to leave the link for that video in the comment section below. So for Teddy Atlas to claim that it's impossible for a fighter to pull it off, even an innocent fighter like Steve Cunningham displayed how Tyson Fury could have got away with it. So imagine a cheater that knows how to get away with cheating, who comes from a bare knuckle fighting family. His dad is a fighter. And even Tyson Fury came out in the past stating, if I don't fight with these gloves leading up to the Klitschko fights, there's no fight. So we either fight with these gloves that I requested, or we fight bare knuckle. If not, there is no fight. And I actually made a video on this, which also I'm gonna leave in the comment section below. However, old media rather play dumb and play deaf every time they hear the facts. So instead of speaking logically, they want to bring their silly opinion to the table. However, facts trump any opinion any given day of the week, because opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. Some opinions are bigger than most. So moving on to the next ridiculous claim by Teddy Atlas, where he claimed there is no way you could tamper with your glove with a commission being there. Now, first of all, they tried to do it with Floyd in the first Maidana fight. I made a video on that as well. I'm going to leave it in the comment section below. But it's ironic to me that Teddy Atlas was talking about the corruption in boxing and the politics behind it. But now all of a sudden the commission is there and there's no way you could cheat, blah, 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 blah. Now the $1 million question is, how did Margarito get away with loaded hand wraps? Explain that. And he did it with the Cotto fight the first time, till he got caught with it against Sugar Shane Mosley, where it was actually the trainer of Sugar Shane Mosley that busted him tampering with the hand wraps, not the commission, ladies and gentlemen. And a little bonus fact for the people that don't know. Tyson Fury cut man for the Wildin fight that saved his eye, credit to him. His uncle was Margarito trainer for the Cotto fight that illegally wrapped his hand. What a coincidence, right? And the same referee for Margarito versus Cotto 1 was the same referee for Tyson versus Wilder 2. What a coincidence. So there is holes in the system. And Tyson Fury actually got busted in the past during a fight with Mark McDonald, where Tyson Fury's hand wasn't all the way in the glove. And Mark McDonald stopped the fight and made Tyson Fury corner fix Tyson Fury glove. So this is something that occurred in the past and is on Tyson Fury track record. It ain't like Tyson Fury the most innocent man in the world. He even took steroids in the past. So we know there is nothing that he won't do to get an advantage and a head start. If it's possible to get away with, and even if he F up, the Hope Insurance that's better than Geico that Tyson Fury has, since he got the complexion for the protection, it's gonna cover that one. As it did in the past, where they flipped it to him coming back from depression and cocaine, which we're gonna talk about that, and Teddy Atlas comments on that on another video, so be on the lookout for that as well. I'm gonna leave it in the comment section because that's a whole different conversation. However, the point remains, Tyson Fury is not this innocent man that you should give him the benefit of the doubt. he cheated before. And with the glove situation right now is allegedly cheating because you are innocent to proven guilty. But for the steroids accusations, that already have been proven because it was found in his system and it was positive when he tested by UCADA. So just to lay the facts on the table, Teddy Atlas is trying to convince me that there's no way a fighter could have loosened his hand in the glove, where we could see with our own eyes logical, hard evidence right in front of our faces that show Tyson Fury left hand looser than the right hand. So explain that, Teddy Atlas. Explain why is the left hand looser than the right hand. It's right in front of our faces. If a picture says 1,000 words, this picture right here says 1,000,000 words. So while Teddy Atlas want to talk about his opinion and how it's not possible and it's so hard to do so and get away with it because the commission is there, etc., 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 like fighters in the past like Margarito haven't cheated before, Teddy rather talk about his opinion than the logical evidence that's right in front of our faces that show us Tyson Fury left glove looser than the right glove. So explain this picture, Teddy Atlas. Instead of talking about the unknown, which is the commission that's corrupted because they wouldn't even acknowledge this, let's talk about the hard evidence that's right in front of our faces, which show Tyson Fury left glove looser than the right glove. And even champions co-signed this, such as Errol Spence The Truth. He retweeted it to Max Kellerman and ESPN. And there was many more ex-champions or current champions and trainers that co-signed the allegations that Tyson Fury tampered with his left glove and his hand wasn't in the glove all the way. From Charles Martin to Steve Cunningham, who made a 5-minute video demonstrating how Tyson Fury could have possibly got away with cheating, and Tyson Fury own countryman George Grove, where he stated there was definitely something wrong with the left glove. So for Teddy Atlas to play dumb and act like he don't have no sense and no longer has a higher IQ, to talk about his opinion and ignore facts doing so is equivalent of what Professor Nims did during Split Decision. Is a boxing debate / talk show exclusively on Akhi TV, where y'all saw me bury Professor Nims, aka Professor Stevie Wonder, alive on live every Sunday. So tune in next Sunday, which will be another one-sided beatdown on Professor Nims, aka Professor Stevie Wonder. Because see, unlike Teddy Atlas, Professor Stevie Wonder, he was my victim. I was hitting him with facts. I was bringing facts to the table. He was bringing his opinion to the table, just like Teddy Atlas. But when I asked him the questions, he had no answers, just like Teddy Atlas. However, unlike Teddy Atlas, Professor Nims has someone like Akhi who speak the truth that applied pressure on him, and pressure bust pipes. So at the end of the day, Professor Nims didn't have the answers, and he was deflecting, maneuvering around the questions, waiting, playing the surviving game in order to get saved by the bell. But unfortunately, Akhi was going for the KO from round 1, and it didn't take too long for me to get the job done, as y'all saw. However, Teddy, on the other hand, he could make them bogus claims and grasp for straws the whole interview, since he has no one to apply pressure on him to speak facts. And since he could talk about his ridiculous opinion the whole time without making any sense, that's exactly what he did. But he digged his own grave by doing so, because unfortunately, this ain't 1920. This is 2020. So unlike back in the day, thanks to social media, you can't just say any ridiculous ish on camera and expect to get away with it. Like the grand wizards of the decafs, Larry and Jim Lampley, have been doing over the years, corrupting the boxing fans by pushing their ridiculous agenda. Unfortunately, that won't happen, and that can't happen since social media, new media, is like the boogeyman and the boogeyman of boxing. Oh, nah. We not gonna let that happen on our watch. Now, just to follow up, Teddy Atlas was reaching so hard that he almost popped the muscle when he said even Ali did it, disrespecting the highest Ali, the greatest Muhammad, disrespecting his name, using him as an example, when Ali was never a dirty fighter. But yes, he used veteran tactics. For example, when Ali threw the jab, he will either twist the jab toward the end in order to cut his opponents, or flick the jab as a veteran move. But there's different factors when it comes to that, especially when it applies to Tyson Fury. First of all, that's a flank jab. That's not a hook. There's no possible way, which Steve Cunningham also talked about and demonstrated, which I'm going to leave in the comment section below. Check it out. There's no possible way for a fighter to throw a hook and the glove rotating in 90 degrees. And when it lands like it's a slap, like the glove has a bag on it toward the end. And I'm not talking about a jab. I'm talking about a hook. So to use Ali's jab as an example is absolutely ridiculous and disgraceful. To disrespect the greatest Muhammad Ali name. To compare him to a guy that allegedly cheated is the ultimate disrespect. And Teddy Atlas was reaching so hard, like I said, he apparently popped a muscle. And that muscle is most likely in his brain because he's not functioning properly. Like I said, to deflect and ignore that Tyson Fury threw a hook and the glove rotated in 90 degrees, he'd rather talk about Muhammad Ali flick jab. Are you serious? Even a world champion debunked that. So, like I said, they try so hard, but they got to try a little harder because apparently it's not working. Now, after just squashing the ridiculous comparison between Muhammad Ali, the highest, the greatest, to the allegedly cheater, low-class Tyson Fury, let's move on to the next ridiculous statement by Teddy Atlas. And just to put icing on the cake, last but not least, Teddy Atlas' last claim was, if Tyson Fury threw a hook and the glove rotated in 90 degrees, when he landed it, if his fist was where the palm of the hand supposed to be, he would have broke his hand, so that would have hurt, not helped. Now, help me understand how you hitting your opponent on bone-to-bone contact, and the fact that you hitting him with your bare knuckle is not an advantage because you could easily break your wrist or your hand, so it's gonna hurt more than help. According to Teddy, that's his logical explanation. Now, first of all, you're gonna break your hand either way if that's the case. If you landing, throwing a hard hook from a distance, and you're landing with the palm of the hand, you actually slapping your opponent, you could easily break your hand as well. Especially how Tyson Fury landed in this picture that y'all see above. And if you hit him with your bare knuckle, you could cause more damage to your opponent than your hand. And when the adrenaline is running, you're not going to feel everything till after the fight. Even Steve Cunningham demonstrated everything that I'm talking about. So it's a cheating tactic either way. You could knock out your opponent just by slapping them. There's plenty of examples of that. There's reasons why there's boxing rules and you got to punch with your fist closed. So for Teddy Atlas to use that as the excuse or the cover-up to why Tyson Fury didn't cheat when we could see with our own eyes that is extremely suspicious, is absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, only a fool could fool a fool, and I'm not a fool. So just to get things in perspective, either way, Tyson Fury broke the rules. That's first of all. However, if he actually slapped with his hand, how you explain the glove rotating 90 degrees, he would have easily broke his wrist that way. You have a higher chance of breaking the wrist if your hand was all the way in the glove, smacking your opponent the way Tyson Fury did. unless his fist was exactly where the palm of the hand was located. And keep in mind, Teddy Atlas did not even answer any of the allegations. He basically tap danced all around it. But apparently he's not a pretty good dancer, because he out here slipping. He falling. He can't get up because Akhi is toying with him. It's like a baby trying to crawl against a man that could run track all day and run miles. It's too easy. I bring facts to the table. Teddy want to bring his opinion. However, Teddy didn't respond to any of the allegations. So, if you want to confirm and prove Tyson Fury innocence, please explain logically the allegations that I'm about to state. First of all, why is the glove looser on the left hand than it is the right hand? As we could see with our own eyes. So Teddy Atlas, don't play Stevie Wonder on me like Professor Nims did on Split Decision. It's my boxing debate / talk show, so call in, tune in every Sunday. And we also gonna have Steve Cunningham joining us shortly, either this week or next week. But to continue, Teddy Atlas, Old Media, and all of y'all decafs, if y'all want to prove Tyson Fury innocence, all y'all have to do is logically explain all of these allegations that Tyson Fury cheated. First of all, Tyson Fury hand wrap sticking out of the glove on the left hand but not the right hand. And don't say, well, how's that beneficial? Like Teddy Atlas tried to deflect, because you could easily confuse your opponent on the length and the distance and the range where he should stay at and fight you. So for Teddy trying to cover for Tyson Fury, it's not clever for him to use all these deflection tactics, because even a UK commentator stated before the fight, Tyson Fury hand and reach seemed to be longer than usual. I kid y'all not. He said it during the fight. So the truth will eventually come out, no matter how much you try to hide it. And even a TMT trainer talked about it and the benefits you could get by confusing your opponent on the range control, which I'm gonna leave in the comment section below. So how you explain the fact that the hand wrap is sticking out of the glove on the left hand but not the right hand? How you explain the blood on the knuckle area on the left hand but not the right hand? And this is for the second fight, ladies and gentlemen. Even Errol Spence retweeted the hand wrap sticking out of the glove. How you explain the glove rotating in 90 degree when Tyson Fury throwing a left hook, not a flick jab, like Teddy Atlas tried to deflect? How you explain Tyson Fury glove bouncing back and forth in 90 degree rotation when throwing a hook, and when landing, he slaps instead of landing with his fists closed? How you explain that, Teddy Atlas? And I hope next time the interviewer show him the footage that I'm showing, just to put icing on the cake, because I'm speaking facts, not my opinion. How you explain Tyson Fury throwing a jab and landing with the palm of his hand, throwing a jab? How you explain that? What's the purpose of that? He did it on more than one occasion, and his reach looked fine to me. How you explain Tyson Fury jabbing, aiming to the ceiling, to the roof, aiming the jab past Deontay Wilder's forehead, but it looked like he still landed the jab, pushing Deontay Wilder's head back? How you explain that? So for the moment, I'm going to leave Teddy Atlas with these questions, and hopefully he won't go Professor Stevie Wonder on me and claim he could no longer see and he could no longer hear the facts and play deaf on me. I mean, Professor Nims had no answers to none of the allegations, but he wanted to disagree with them. Just like Teddy Atlas bringing up their opinion instead. But like I said, your opinion don't matter when facts are laid out on the table. So good luck next time, Teddy Atlas. Hopefully you make some sense and answer the allegations instead of dancing around the facts with your opinion. But it's funny to me how both Teddy Atlas and Paulie Malignaggi went off on Manny Pacquiao for the steroids allegations when he never failed a drug test. Not saying he guilty or not, But on the other hand, Tyson Fury, who actually failed the drug test, and that's a fact, Teddy Atlas and Paulie Malignaggi want to dance around that and not keeping the same energy. And all I'm saying, stay consistent. Keep the same energy, don't flip, since Fury got the complexion for the protection and the Hope Insurance that covers all type of F-ups. That's better than Geico in the sport of boxing if you a fighter on the Hope list. It ain't no longer a secret. ESPN erased Lomachenko's loss out of his record, as y'all see above. And Tyson Fury failed the drug test, but they flipped the story. Instead of a 2-year suspension, it was 2-year depression after reaching the highest he could get and flipping his life around to come back and dethroning Deontay Wilder, finding another way to cheat. And just to point out, as far as the steroid allegations, don't forget the WBC, aka the World Boxing Corruption Organization, increased the computer roll limit you could have in your system, since a lot of fighters in Mexico City got busted for using contaminated meat as their excuse for why there's steroids in their system, aka Canelo Alvarez is a perfect example. So there's obviously holes in the system for these fighters on the Hope list to take advantage of so they could catch up with these fighters on the coincidental list. I mean, y'all have to realize, what corruption are we dealing with in the sport of boxing? The WBC still claims Jimenez as the real world champion after testing positive for the A and B sample for steroids. But it's A-OK because they got her covered. The Hope Insurance got her covered. Even though the WBO already stripped her of the title, however, the WBC still got her back, coming out with a statement claiming that Jimenez is the real champion and they got her back. So you know, what are they willing to do for Tyson Fury? Is you serious? Man, they erased this man's history and rewrote it. From failing a drug test and getting suspended to going through depression using cocaine and using it as a comeback story. So Teddy Atlas know what I'm talking about. But it's one thing if you don't know the truth and you're just clueless when it comes to the allegations and you're really not informed about the sport. But it's another to be informed and know the truth. However, you hide the truth from the public and you lie to the public. That's when we lose respect as boxing fans. And I had all the respect for Teddy Atlas as being the best journalist, or at least that's what I thought coming up in the game. Then the best journalist turned out to be Dante, who keep it a buck, stay consistent, and preaches the truth. Teddy Atlas turned out to be the wizard of these decafs, not keeping the same energy, covering up for Tyson Fury, which is disappointing and shocking to see. However, I'm no longer shocked in this boxing game because it's so much corruption. Even Teddy Atlas over here doing his best trying to cover up for Tyson Fury. But stay on the lookout for the steroid allegations video where yo bro Akhi over here broke it down every second of every single round, more so than I did for this video. I made sure I dropped jewels on that video in particular, so make sure y'all watch it. Be on the lookout for that video as I'm dropping it right after this, which is the Tyson Fury steroid allegations that Teddy Atlas talked about. And you already know, is out with the old and ride with the new. New media taking over, old media losing respect, new media gaining respect, staying consistent, talking facts, not opinion. So if you want to know some shit about boxing, subscribe below. Word to my man Roger Mayweather, may he rest in peace, inshallah. Subscribe below if you want to know some shit about boxing. If you're trying to get smarter by the minute, if you're trying to get dumber by the second, don't. And listen to these decafs, aka dumb casual ass fans / old media. Shout out to DBN for being the entrepreneur of new media that I'm a part of. And if you're a casual fan and you want to be a hardcore, all you have to do is click on the notification bell to get notified every time we post to go live on Split Decision. It's a boxing debate / talk show where Akhi is pound for pound #1 when it comes to boxing debate, the past, present, and future pound for pound. So even if you have the thought about dethroning me, you better wake up and apologize on Split Decision Live. Like I said, y'all saw what I did to my own broski, my Akhi, Professor Stevie Wonder. I chewed him out and spit him out like some M&Ms. Like I was Eminem on the mic, wrapping it up on top of the dome. So shout out to Professor Nims. You could do better if you know better, but at the end of the day, when you are Akhi's opponent / victim, you have two choices. Either you fall on your face or your ass. Excuse my language. However, it's a sad world for y'all decafs at the end of the day. So with that being said, follow Lunatoon Boxing for the funniest boxing memes. If a picture says 1,000 words, his meme says 1,000,000 words. So make sure y'all follow my broski on IG and keep it a G. I will leave his link in the description box below. And to be continued on the next episode of Akhi, Akhi TV. Akhi stand for my brother. This is the Boxing Brotherhood. So welcome to it, and to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. Peace, and we out here.